One of the things that's crucial to know is we start out by marking off how high do they want it, the exact location they want it in. Then you will size it up in that area and you will mark off the middle so you know how to keep the tattoo centered on the arm. And from there we go ahead and apply our stencil stuff. For those that don't know, yes, stencil stuff is what I always been using. Another thing you need to know, when pressing your stencil on firmly, let it sit a little bit, because the longer it sit, the more strong your stencil will be. If you take it off too fast, it will easily wipe off. And that's something we don't want. And this is something great from the marketing aspect. Record your stencils as you're taking them off. They've been really doing good online, getting a lot of engagement. And right when we was about to get started tattooing, I noticed a little hair on the arm, so I definitely had to pull out that razor, shave that off. Luckily it wasn't a lot, but you gotta watch it. It'll stick to your ointment. Not only that, but it could get stuck in the furry bush, and that's something we all don't want. Alright y'all, there's two ways we could approach this tattoo. We could start out either with a 3-round liner. 3-round liner would be reasonable to get this tattoo done. But me being me, I like my sharp lines, so I took the hard route out and choose the 1-round liner. But if you're gonna use a 1-round liner, remember, you start out with them slow speeds. You're gonna be like 5 volts. And then if you see the skin could take it, you could go up to your 6 volts. But start slow and then move your way up. Because don't forget what I said, you could easily get blowouts with them 1-round liners, and you got a blowout, good luck. And that's another thing I could say about taking this approach with a slower speed. You definitely would avoid your blowouts, which we don't want. But you just have to hit your lines a couple of times. But I prefer to hit my lines a couple of times, make sure they're in there, make sure they're clean, than to have a blowout, because you can't fix a blowout. But going over your lines multiple times, you're just only trying to get better lines. It's not going to hurt nothing. And all it requires is your time. So you're just going to have to show it a little more attention, make sure them lines clean. But remember what I said, slow and steady run the race. You ain't running, you ain't trying to race to get to the end. You want some clean work, because once you go out there, you send your clients out there, you want them to refer people to you. When they ask them what they got it done, you want them to be proud and be like, oh, this is where I got it from. I'm telling you, you need to go to them, check them out. And that's how you get your business. Also, something I want y'all to always remember I say that kickstand, and if you're not using your kickstand, you just resting your palm on the skin. But when you don't got the space, you definitely have to put out that pinky to kind of rest on that pinky. That's kind of your guideline to keep you stable. This is also another tip I'll say, control your breathing. Take your time, be patient, because some small lines like this, like I said, sometimes I even gotta hold my breath. So just take your time. And that's another thing that's very important as well. You gotta make sure you stretch that skin. They normally say 3 points of contact. The 2 fingers you're stretching, but also when you press your palm down on the skin, it's also gonna stretch. So make sure you got a good stretch. I ain't saying stretch to extreme levels, because you could rip the skin by being too tight. That's one reason why I don't like the skin on lower legs, because it's tremendously tight and it's easy to rip that skin, so you gotta be real light. And that's one thing I always tell y'all, content is king. Make sure y'all get y'all pictures, recordings, whatever y'all need, because this is what y'all gonna market to show people what y'all can do. So in order for people to know about you, you need to send pictures, you need to post anything out so they can see your work. And one thing that I have on my phone is like a Polaroid lens, is definitely take the glare out of the image. Alright now y'all, those that really watch me, y'all know we ain't done. We do our touch-ups, we wipe it down, and then we always gonna find something to touch up. So make sure we keep our works clean, sharp, straight to the point, because your goal is not to do a touch-up, so you try to get it all done right then and there. So y'all go back, look over it, touch up whatever you need. If you do need to take that picture, zoom in, see your lines, yep, whatever you gotta do, but you want your lines nice and clean, because guess what? The better you keep on pushing yourself, that means your next tattoo gonna be even better, and even better for the next, and even better for the next. So you want to keep pushing that envelope so you can continue to progress. But if you ain't giving it your all, you will never know your full potential. That's another thing you want to do, get in the habit of turning your machine different angles, whatever way you feel more comfortable to pull those lines, because you can't move your client arm all around whichever way you want to, because it's a body, it's a person arm, it's restricted. There's only so far we could kind of push the limits, but we're gonna just go with our angles to whatever way we feel comfortable. One thing I want y'all to take away, practice, practice, practice. You're gonna make progress over time. Keep pushing the boundaries. You will get there. Your time is coming. Don't give up.